Kamene Goro, a radio personality on one of the biggest radio stations in this country, has been castigated, has been put on a stake, has literally been set on fire by Kenyans on Twitter. And the reason why is because she said something that was a little bit, it didn't sit too well with a lot of people on Twitter, and therefore it became madness. Kamene Goro, on a very quick story, wrote these particular words. She wrote, "Mental health nahamna akili." That is the post that she wrote. It's right there with a laughy face. And then the Kenyans on Twitter took screenshots and put them on Twitter. It went from Instagram to Twitter so fast, it's hilarious. But at the end of the day, what happened is the person who actually posted this story had this to say. He said, his name is, actually, I can't catch his name, but he posted, he's called Bravin Yuri, who is an influencer. This is what he had to say. He said, "This post by Kamene Goro has since been deleted. I would, however, like to tell Kamene that there is nothing funny about making fun of mental health. There is already too much stigma towards people who are undergoing mental health challenges. Use your platform for better." Posts like this one by Kamene Goro are made accompanied by jokes made by comedians about stammering are disrespectful. There are more damage than good. When you are a public figure, you should be able to condemn mental health and the stigma and not support it. And I'm telling you, he was not the only one who had something to say. Someone else also said, when Kamene Goro has posted, what Kamene Goro has posted just triggered my PTSD and my anxiety. I used to look up to her since I wanted to be on radio. So sad. Turns out people who encourage us about mental health are just bullies behind the scenes. Someone else continued to say, someone actually said something which was kind of sad, or it was like a double-edged sword. It's like returning fire with fire. So they said, someone tell Kamene Goro that the same energy she's using to stigmatize, she has used to stigmatize people who are undergoing mental health, should be used to fight her obesity. Awache kukaa kama superstar drum. And this was accompanied by someone else who's like, okay, so people are fighting for mental health by fat shaming Kamene now, who is on the right side. It's like you're trying to right a wrong with another wrong. And these are the facets that I'm actually looking at in this particular case. First of all, it honestly always feels as if people will condemn you by using things that are, are not as appealing to on you or with you or about you, right? So, for example, Kamene spoke about mental health. We don't even know whether it was a joke. We don't know whether we took it out of context. Yes, it was it was ill-placed in general. You really shouldn't be talking about things like this, considering how many people are actually suffering through these problems on a day-to-day and dealing with them daily. She shouldn't really have said that to begin with, in my opinion anyway. But at the same time, why then go from someone who's talking about mental health and then become someone who's becoming a fat shamer? That really makes no sense to me. You can't fight fire with fire, or at least this is not the kind of fire that you should be using. This isn't the ammunition that you should be using. So the questions are many. First of all, do you think this statement was taken out of context? Number two, relationship. Is there a relation between the post and something else completely out of context that then we didn't see? Or was it like an inside joke? You know, the way I can have an inside joke with people and then I post it out there and I assume everyone will understand what the story was, and yet it really isn't true. And at the same time, these jokes of mtu akikwambia hauna akili, isn't it really the same thing? Only she used English and mixed it with Kiswahili. I really honestly have so many questions. And are we really romanticizing mental health? So much so that we're getting triggered by the smallest things. I really have so many questions about this whole story. So I'll direct it to you guys. What do you think?
I think we are way too sensitive. This is not a meme that she made herself. This is something that's been circulating all over social media. And I actually saw that like it was something that was already being posted by other people. And I think she honestly was just, scrolling through social media. She saw that meme, she laughed, she thought it was funny, and she posted it on her platform. Now, if it was somebody else that was not Kamene Goro, if it was somebody else who was just a regular, ordinary person with, let's say, 1,000 followers on Instagram, they would not be trending on Twitter. We would not be calling them fat. We would not be calling them an elephant. We would not be talking about anything else. People would have just looked at that meme, laughed, and moved on. I honestly think Kamene Goro is in this state where people are just waiting for an opportunity to say something negative. Any opportunity. The moment she just slips a little bit, people are looking for an opportunity to now tear her down and bring her down, because in my opinion, as Ayuma Kaguli, this was not that serious. Yes, there's people who have mental health issues out there. Yes, there's people who are triggered by, you know, these types of jokes and everything. But I think majority of the people that were there making her trend on Twitter were just there to talk about her. We're just there to talk about her, her fatness. And if all the things that you can look at her and try to nitpick and find something negative, and all you can find is her body, I think she's doing well then.
She's doing
She's doing very, very well. And I'm just like, honestly, this might have been a not so smart decision to make in terms of putting out that joke. But honestly, it was just a joke, people, in my opinion.
Well, it wasn't a joke to the first person who posted this meme. Let's say she's the 50th person. But the first person who posted this meme, it's like they have a friend who has mental illness, but they think like, Lily anapenda kujifanya hapa, it's mental illness, and indeed she ana akili. You get, like, ni akili huna, it's not about mental illness. And we do have types of mental disorder. That is clinical depression. I just want you to see that haina nini na akili, they're different. There's clinical depression, which is a mental health disorder characterized by persistently depressed mood or loss of interest in activities, causing significant impairment in daily life. We have anxiety disorder, a mental health disorder characterized by feelings of worry, anxiety, or fear that are strong enough to interfere with one's daily activities. We have bipolar disorder, which is a disorder associated with episodes of mood swings ranging from depressive lows to manic highs.
We've had this episode,
so
which you can refer to.
All of them are not like it's now at shida ya akili. Like anxiety is not shida ya akili. So let's stop, and let's stop overthinking when we see memes and everything else. And also we should stop body shaming. She is a very beautiful woman just the way she is.